Hey y'all, Lita here again and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm excited to share a recipe from my mother-in-law. She made the best spaghetti sauce I've ever had. She was one of those cooks though that just put things in a pot and it was always wonderful, but she never wrote anything down. So we just bugged her and bugged her. Eventually she wrote down the recipe for us and she shared that with all of her children, and that has now gone on to her grandchildren as well. But this is a wonderful, wonderful recipe, and when you are cooking this spaghetti sauce, it just, oh, it smells so wonderful all through your house. You walk through the door, you know that you're having a spaghetti for supper. It just smells wonderful, and I can't wait to share this recipe with you, and I hope that you'll love it as much as we do. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start making the sauce. You're going to need a large crock pot. Mine is a 7-quart crock pot. It does make a lot of sauce, but you can freeze your extra sauce, and then when you want a quick dinner of spaghetti, it's easy to thaw and just to cook up your pasta and you're ready to go. You can also cook this on the stove top, whichever you prefer. I just select mine in a crock pot just because that way I can leave it, if I have to go out for a little while, it's going to be all right in a crock pot. So the first thing that you're going to need is your base, and that's mostly with tomatoes. Now you can use fresh tomatoes out of your garden, or some that you have canned already, but in this case I did go ahead and just buy my tomatoes at the store. I used 3 cans of crushed tomatoes, and I just went ahead and put them in the bowl out of the can just so it's easier and saves some time. So I just used 3 cans of crushed tomatoes right here in this. I can't wait for you to start smelling this sauce. It's just awesome. You're gonna really, really, really like it. Okay, and I also used 3 cans of diced tomatoes. And on this size, this is like just the 15-ounce size, and it's the basil, oregano, and garlic flavor. Just keep those flavors going in your spaghetti sauce. I just go ahead and add that to my crock pot as well. And we have a cup of ketchup. Just whatever ketchup brand you prefer is fine. And I also have 1 jar of chili sauce. It comes just like in the same kind of jar like a ketchup does, but it's just called chili sauce. I use just one jar of that. It's already smelling good. All right, so that is your tomato base for your spaghetti sauce. Now we're just going to go ahead and add a few spices. I put a tablespoon of sugar, and I put 5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Now on these spices, you can tweak them. If you don't like a particular spice, you don't have to put that in here. This recipe I did tweak just a little bit from the way my mother-in-law makes it, because she liked hers just a little bit spicy. So my family didn't quite like all that spice, so I did cut back a little bit on my red pepper flakes. But like I say, you can add a little bit more of this or a little less of that. Just tweak it to whatever you and your family like, and it'll still taste good. Okay, so I got 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. That's the one that I told you we cut down a little bit. My mother-in-law used to put almost 2 teaspoons. It was really hot, but anyway, I cut mine back to 1/4 teaspoon because my grandchildren especially, that was a little warm for them. Also 1 teaspoon of oregano and 2 teaspoons of basil. Just gonna put that all in there. Okay, so that's it on your spices. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to brown up our ground beef and our onion and pepper and celery, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right then, so we're going to go ahead and get our celery and onions and things going here. I've just got a large skillet on the stove, and I've just melted about 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our onions, and I used 1 large onion, and I just chopped it up. And ooh, I love that sound. Sizzle, sizzle. Alright. We're just going to get these kind of cooked down a little bit before we add our meat mixture. Okay, now also I am going to use about 7 or 8 stalks of celery. Love celery. Now, like I said before, if there's something that you don't like in a particular recipe, you don't have to use it. You know, some people do not like celery, but we love celery, so that's going in for us. Also on a celery, when you have that leafy part of the celery, like this, be sure you chop that up and use that, because that is just full of flavor, and you want to get all that nice flavor in your spaghetti sauce. Okay, also, I'm using red, yellow, and orange peppers in my spaghetti sauce. My mother-in-law, now she used green peppers, which is fine if that's what you like, but my family does not like green peppers, so they like the sweeter pepper, the red and yellow and orange, so that's what I use. And you can add the green also if you like, all 4 colors if you want to. And another thing, my mother-in-law did not add fresh garlic to her recipe, but my family loves fresh garlic, so I always chop up a little bit of garlic. I actually used about 10 cloves of garlic in this recipe, and my family just loves that garlic taste and the smell when it is cooking. Oh, yummy. All right. Ooh, that is just beautiful. Can you just see that beautiful colors? Love it, love it. And it's already smelling wonderful. Okay, now I am going to add some fresh sliced mushrooms. My family are big on mushrooms, but if your family does not like mushrooms, just leave those out and it's going to be just fine. All right, now we're just going to let this cook down a little bit, and after that we will add our hamburger. All right, so we're just going to let this cook down a little bit. All right then, let's go ahead and take this lid off. Oh my word. Whew, that is smelling awesome. Wow. I wish you could smell this. It smells wonderful. All right, yeah, that's just about right. We're going to go ahead and add our hamburger meat to this. And it's about 1.5 pounds of hamburger meat. We're just going to cook it until it is nice and done. No pink or red in there. And if there is a little bit of pink or red, believe you me, it will cook out in the crock pot. So there, yes. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Yum. I'm already hungry. Okay, so we're just going to let this brown up. And then after it's all nice and brown, I'm going to drain any grease off. Now this is pretty lean meat, so there shouldn't be too much grease. But I will try to drain off any that there is in here. Okay, let's give this a little bit of time to cook. Okay, so our meat mixture is all cooked, and I've got it already drained. But doesn't that look yummy? Oh, good. I could eat this, I think, by itself. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Smells wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and get this added to our tomato sauce. Our tomato sauce is right here in our crock pot. And I also added a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper to my meat mixture. and that may not be enough for you. You might need to add more, but that's just depends on your taste, so whatever you need to add extra there. Okay, we're just going to take all of our meat mixture and we're going to add it right into this crock pot, just like this. And you see that my crock pot is filling up, and I told you would need a large crock pot for this. Like I say, it freezes wonderfully. All right, there we go. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm just going to mix that in really well. Now you're going to put your crock pot on low, and I cook my spaghetti sauce 6 to 7 hours. So if you want to put this on like at lunchtime, in time for supper, that's great. Now if you want it for lunch one afternoon, I make this just like this. I have done so far. I make it and I just stick the crock pot right in the refrigerator, and then first thing in the morning when I get up, I just go ahead and bring it out of the refrigerator and plug it up, and there you go. That's my lunch for the day. It's all done. I don't have to, especially if you're going to have company and you don't want to mess with cooking all day on the day they're going to be there at lunchtime. This works. So you can do that. And your house, when you plug this in, it's not going to take very long, and you're going to think, oh my, I cannot wait till it is time to eat. You may even find yourself taking a bite or two out of this crock pot as it's cooking. Okay. Well, that is that. So I'm going to put this on low, and we're going to let it cook 6 to 7 hours, and this is going to be my husband's supper, and he is going to love it. Okay, so our spaghetti sauce has been simmering on low for about 7 hours now, so we're just going to take a peek. And now I have taken quite a few stirs at this, so just you know, ooh my gosh, look at that, yum. Can you guys see that? Wow, look at all that. There's the mushrooms and the peppers and the tomatoes and the onions. Wow. But this has been cooking, like I say, 6 to 7 hours, and it is ready to go on top of our spaghetti and to eat. So boy, this smells wonderful. Yeah, I'm hungry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plate this up and let you have a look at it, and then that'll be just about it. Okay, here it is, our spaghetti sauce all done and on top of our spaghetti. And look at that, all those chunks of tomatoes and peppers and mushrooms and onions. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to dig into this. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me make this, and I hope that you'll give it a try, because it is a yummy delicious. You are going to love it. Okay, y'all, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Go ahead and give this a try. Let me know what you think. I think you'll love it. Okay, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye now. Oh, I'm gonna have a bite of this first, and I'll let you know how it is. Hang on. Oh my. I don't want to get too big a bite. If you weren't watching, I'd probably take a huge bite. See what this tastes like. That's what I'm talking about. All right, bye-bye now.